Alrighty, here we go. This is Duelist Kingdom action, but as this one starts, yes, I've got exciting news. There is a Rebecca series that will be starting tonight after the Battle City match that comes after this one. So yes, I have had a lot of requests for Rebecca, and whether that I would make any videos on her. I thought what I would do is do the series, but have it based on if Rebecca was the protagonist instead of Yugi. So she'll go through Duelist Kingdom one by one through the duelists as they came through in the anime. So yes, Rebecca series is being produced tonight. It's being released tonight as well, and we will get to see her deck go up against all of the Duelist Kingdom ones that were in this season mode. So Mako has gone with a face down defense and a face down spell or trap. Yugi has countered with a giant soldier of stone in face down defense and a magical hat. So looking from Yugi's perspective, he has got a dark magician in that hand as well. If he can get that to the field, he'd be in good shape. There's High Tide Gyojin. And oh, Steel Shell, good card. That'll be 2050. Yeah, Yugi does have that face down card, Magical Hats. He does activate it. He's opting to try to protect his giant soldier of stone. And oh, Mako's flipped up 7 tools of the bandit, so Yugi's hats are gone. And giant soldier of stone is now a sitting duck. So, alright, for Rebecca's series, yes, Weevil is going to come first. I was thinking about like the matches that Yugi played against Kaiba and Pegasus just before Duelist Kingdom, but I thought Kaiba being the sort of champion duelist that he is, Rebecca's also meant to be really good as well. She's meant to be a prodigy that's won tournaments, so I'll leave them to where Yugi and Kaiba had their duel on the castle. So we'll start off with Weevil. Rebecca will arrive at Duelist Kingdom and she will start off with her first match going up against Weevil Underwood, who she should beat. Weevil's deck isn't that strong, but Becca's deck is did a couple of test runs with it. It's actually a harder deck to use than what I thought it would be. It's like, it's not that it's a difficult deck to use, but it's like, how's the best way to describe it? It's a deck that you are kind of having to wait for the perfect cards to play, if that makes sense. So Becca's strategy revolves mostly around getting monsters to the graveyard. So that's how I've built her deck. I'll show her card list at the start of her video as well. As Yugi has summoned Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress. He's got a Horn of Heaven on the field as well, but he has to sacrifice one of his own monsters to activate that as well, which he might have to do because he's really under attack here. Life points are almost even at 6350, 6450, but Spiked Seadra has just come to the field. And Yugi's got no choice. He's going to have to use Horn of Heaven, which will get rid of Winged Dragon. Spiked Seadra will be destroyed. However, High Tide Gyojin's going to get a free shot, and at 2050, it's going to put Yugi down to 4200? 4100. No, 6300. 43. Okay, I'm all over the place. 4300. Okay, Yugi, only Mammoth Graveyard and Toric available. There's Mystical Moon, which does him no good. He really needs a Dark Hole or a Fissure or something, because he can't get Dark Magician to the field at the moment. So Toric went to defense. Even in its description, although a poor defender, this monster's Sharp Horn gives it an edge when it's attacking. As we've just seen Boneheimer removed from play, that means Aqua Spirit has come to the field at 1600. Also the ability to change opponents' monsters' battle positions at their standby phase. Aqua Spirit is actually a really good card. One of the first cards I ever pulled from a booster pack as well was Aqua Spirit. I still have that card as well. As there is Spellbinding Circle, so Yugi might be able to flip that onto High Tide Gyojin and buy himself another couple of turns to try to get some counterplay, but Mako's looking really good right now. And Mako cooking. There's Aqua Snake, which is one of those weaker aqua monsters. 3 stars, one of those throwaway ones. I think that was in the starter deck for the Aqua deck on Duelist of the Roses too, Aqua Snake. I think that was one of the throwaway monsters as well. Yugi's just flipped up Spellbinding Circle and put that on High Tide Gyojin. But he's running out of life points. He's only going to have 1,650 now, so he will lose on next turn. He's only got Dark Magician. Can he draw anything? And well, I'll tell you what, Horn of the Unicorn would have been useful earlier in the match, but not at this point in time, as Mako draws one last card and he's going to wipe out the rest of Yugi's life points this turn. As we see, Aqua Spirit. And now Aqua Snake will come in and finish the job, and there it is. Alright, Mako takes a 1-0 lead, so Yugi will have to win 2 in a row against a pretty good opponent, so not looking good for him. So let's go back to Rebecca. So she'll face Weevil first, then the next match after that was it Mai or Mako that came after that? It was Mai, wasn't it? Mai and Joey. Well, it's Mai and Joey, so if Becca was playing the role of Yugi... playing the role of Yugi, Yugi didn't battle everyone that was in Duelist Kingdom. He didn't battle Bones, and he didn't battle Keith, so I'll have to make some exception there. But yeah, I'll start off with Yugi, and then I'll do... I think it was Mai after that, wasn't it? Mai and Joey. So I'll do Weevil, then I'll do Becca versus Mai, then I'll do Becca versus Mako, and then Bakura, and then Panic, I think. Alright, Yugi has gone with a face-down defense. And there's a face-down spell or trap from Yugi as well. We're from Mako's perspective this time. Giant Red Sea Snake. I think that was also in the starter deck on Duelist of the Roses for the Aqua deck as well. Giant Red Sea Snake. I got a few deck leader stars on him because he was used so much early on. Not a bad starting hand. Mako's also got Crazy Fish and Great White available as well. 1,600 attackers, so if you drew an Umi, you'd have quite a lot of power on the field, but Yugi's got Mystical Elf. So some good starter defense from Yugi. Mako does have a Dark Hole, so he has got a sweeping field card, a trump card, as they call it, or an ace card with Dark Hole. Although ace monster, but Dark Hole is such a devastating effect. Alright, Psychic Kappa is played in face down defense. So yes, of all the series that I've produced so far, Becca was one that was recommended, or was requested, I should say, quite a lot. Where's my... Now, I actually have a list of series that I want to do, if I can find it underneath my jumble of paper. If you're old school like me, you used to write stuff down on paper, and even though I have all the technology in the world around me, I still always revert to writing stuff on paper. It's something that's so heavily ingrained in me from childhood. As we see, Mako has just played down Boulder Tortoise in exchange for Psychic Kappa. Can't really do anything though, you can't get past that Mystical Elf. He doesn't want to play Dark Hole and get rid of his Sea Snake either. You don't want to waste your Dark Hole. There we see Root Water. So yes, Rebecca will have her own mini-series. She will play through all of the pre-made decks that I've made for this tournament, but play them in Duelist Kingdom Order as if she was the protagonist. And straight after Becca's, I think I'll do Duke Devlin as well. I was watching that episode. I actually finished Season 1, all 49 episodes of it, and Duke Devlin's Dungeon Dice Monsters episodes just went through. So yeah, I'll do the same with Duke, I think, after we've done with Becca's series. Although I was thinking, Becca, that's still 16 duels, and if there was one a day, Monday to Friday, that would still take like 2 weeks and a day to actually get through. So that's still a length of time that we consider here in like the production stages, is timelines on how long. Because when we first put these seasons together, as fun as they are to watch, it ends up being, if we put it in a calculator, I think it was something like 112 duels or something that ends up happening. As we see, Beaver Warrior was played and Horn of the Unicorn, so Giant Red Sea Snake is gone. So there's 16 duelists and they play 15 games each because they can't play each other. So yes, 16 duelists multiplied by 15 games each, as Mako has just played Dark Hole. That adds up to 240. Where did I get 113 from? 112. That's 240. So the Battle City season and the Duelist Kingdom season, they have 240 separate duels each. Wait, no, that doesn't sound right. What am I doing? And Crazy Fish attacks. Oh no, it'll be half 240 because 2 duelists, one of their duels is there's 2 duelists playing in the one game. How about like this? There's 15 rounds and there's 8 games, 120. Yeah, I thought it was 120. Or what did I say, 112? I don't know, too many numbers are floating around in my head right now. I think I'm still feeling the effects of that Magnemite solo run. That took 2 hours. That's up now if people want to see me suffer for 2 hours. And alright, Soul Leader in defense. Yugi's flipped this one around. He's got the stronger monster now. And Mako, he does have that monster reborn as well. He could bring back Mystical Elf and defend. There's Horn Imp. It's not as if Magnemite was a bad Pokemon. It's quite strong. It just doesn't have any moves. Like, you can teach it Thunderbolt, and that's pretty much it for Gen 1, unless you use Sonic Boom or Swift. Magnemite has like no moves, so it struggles with Giovanni. And oh, there we go, Terra King Salmon. That is a 2400, so Mako can now activate his Monster Reborn and he can tribute whatever he chooses to bring back. Doesn't really matter, but he can get Terra King Salmon to the field. Unless, of course, Yugi's got a trap card. I think, did Mako play 7 Tools of the Bandit? I think he might have. We saw it in the last duel, and he did draw it again, yeah, so he does have a 7 Tools to protect himself as well. Okay, to the battle phase, and Mako goes for Mammoth Graveyard. Oh, and Yugi's flipped up a Mirror Force. Alright, Mako is very lucky that he had that 7 Tools of the Bandit on the field. And there we go, Mirror Force activates, but is neglected by 7 Tools of the Bandit. Horn of the Unicorn will go back to the top of Yugi's deck, so he won't be able to draw anything new. Mammoth Graveyard was destroyed. Has Yugi got counterplay? He's got a 2400 attacker looming down. Oh, Mystic Box. Okay, so he'll have to give up Horn Imp. Does he have anything to summon? Ooh, no, he doesn't. Straight to the end phase. And what does everyone think of this? This is another idea that I had. So there's Rebecca and Duke Devlin, which will work as like a Duelist Kingdom theme deck. I was also thinking, what if I did Jaden and played him in Duelist Kingdom? Obviously, if I built Jaden's deck as it is in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, he'd cream everything in front of him, so wouldn't be much of a series. But what if this? What if I built Jaden's deck, but in the style of Duelist Kingdom? As, oh, Yugi has just played Swords of Revealing Light. He drew Swords of Revealing Light. He had 3 cards in his hand, which didn't seem any good to him. He drew Swords of Revealing Light, activating his protagonist bullshit. And Mako has just played D-Spell to grab one of those swords and shove him straight up Yugi's ass. That is 100% deserved, you spiky head cheat. Alright, Mako is going to finish this one off unless Yugi can block, which I don't think... He's had that card face down for a while, he hasn't used it. Were they all... Yeah, okay, they were all magics in Yugi's hand, he had no counterplay. Mako has won this one in straight sets, which is surprising because Yugi is still a good opponent, but so is Mako. And it's always fun to watch the protagonist lose. So, well done to Mako, a 2-0 victory. Let's pull up the Duelist Kingdom. That one's on Battle City, so we've got Strings going against Loomis and Umbra, which that is 15th and 16th. That is dead last going against second last, which is, okay. And there's Yugi and Mako. So, oops, wrong tick. Mako defeats Yugi. We've got Weevil going up against Mokuba. So, Mokuba has only got 1 win for the whole series. So was Bones, actually. So, yes, will Mokuba be able to pick up a win against Weevil? Ironically, that win for Mokuba was against Mai. So, and yes, Battle City, we've got the 2 worst performing duelists so far going against each other. So, let's see how that one goes. I will go and let's start that one up. Thanks everyone for tuning in for Mako and Yugi. And yes, Rebecca is also coming up for her first duel later on tonight as well, or day, wherever you are in the world. And speaking of the world, wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, farewell.